Hello everybody and welcome back to Sandy Bay. So the previous episode on Sandy Bay was a bit of a fail. We were using the Krone Big M and we had the very strange thing about the grass. I would call it a glitch. It was a bit bizarre. But yeah, today we're going to make it a little bit more professional. Hopefully we're going to be able to wrap some bales with this Krone bale wrapper. The main reasons behind this, well there's two reasons really. One is it adds value to the bales, so if we sold them we would get more money. And secondly, it also obviously turns them into silage bales instead of grass bales, so they can be used as silage feed for the cows or the pigs. So yeah, let's just go over here. What we need to do as well is get I think we've got the lever telehandler, which we need to take over to the field as well, because obviously the bales are stacked up. We need to take them off the stack one at a time, maybe two at a time, then load them into the bale wrapper, and of course wrap them in turn. So here's the telehandler. I'm going to use the Satex side panel again today. It's a very good tool to use. Got the bale spike on the front. So as promised, we are going to be doing the maize harvest very soon. What we need to do in probably the next video is make sure all of our fields are planted and of course fertilised as well. Then when we have got the money and the fields are grown, we can most likely lease a forage harvester, self-propelled one, so very expensive, and we'll be able to do a good harvest there. Most of it will be sold because obviously we don't need a great deal, but some of the maize we can actually keep and we can use it as feed. Just thinking now, I just thought maybe we should bring the trailer back again from the bees, because as we wrap them we could load them up. That could work. I don't know how many we're actually going to wrap. In theory, we don't actually need to load it up. We could just park it next to the stack and it's going to take them off the stack one at a time. And then we could use the telehandler to take the bales from the ground and then put them onto the trailer. The only problem with this is, of course, we've got the bale spike and it'll be spiking the wrap. So that is a problem. Anyway, there are our bales just there, looking pretty good, unlike the mowing. So what we have to do is press X and then drive forwards at the same time, I've been told. It's a much better way of doing it apparently. And then we'll stop the telehandler there. So yeah, it is going to be easier just to lay them out on the ground, because with this one you have to actually go over the bale. You can't just go close to a bale, I don't think. So let's jump into the telehandler, grab a bale or two, lay them out on the ground, and hopefully we'll be able to wrap them. Okay, 3 at a time. Put one here, don't tip over. The next one can go just a little bit further along. They can be very close to each other, it doesn't matter at all. And then take the top one off as well. I suppose it could work if we just left them in a stack of 3. It's just it wouldn't look very professional. We're going for the realism approach today, so we've got to be very careful. There are so many corners you can potentially cut in Farming Simulator to make it really fast and easy for yourself. It's just, if I did that in these videos, I would get so many complaints about being unrealistic. This should work anyway, if I'm in line properly. There we go. So I've chosen the black wrap today. No real reason for it, it's just, it looked quite good. Just love the satisfaction of it cutting the wrap. It just seems so, well, satisfying. I think it's the sound more than anything. It's such a good sound. Gotta have a close-up of this. It is like a piece of artwork, the way it works. It goes. Oh yes. Okay, let's drop it here. As I've called it before, it's a bit like a bale massager. The way these rollers sort of go up and down while rolling at the same time. If you put a person in there, I wonder if it would massage them as well. It would likely be very painful and you're going to be wrapped. Anyway, that has turned out okay. So, even though before, when I used a telehandler with spikes to pick up wrapped bales, I actually said in the video, it's okay, you don't need to comment, you don't have to say, don't use a bale spike to pick up wrapped bales because you'd pierce it and it'd be just, you know, pointless. It would let the air in. I'm going to say it again, because last time I still got loads of comments. It's okay, you don't have to comment and tell me. I'm aware of it being unrealistic. Well, actually, if you're going to use the bale straight away, it isn't unrealistic, because obviously you're going to unwrap it anyway, but at the stage we're at now it would be unrealistic, because obviously they're at the stage where they have to ferment, so yeah. But no, you don't have to tell me, it's fine. I know this is the wrong thing to do. So, yeah, let's just put them in a stack over here. And then we are likely going to pick them up with the lorry. Actually, we don't have to spike them at all because the lorry is auto stack. So it could just pick them up and then there'll be no contact at all. As realistic as it is. So yeah, let's just go for the next one so we don't have to mess about with these. Now this is quite a slow way of doing it obviously, but it doesn't really matter. We've got quite a bit of time. Tilt it back a bit. So I'm going to do these ones off screen, and then we'll probably do a few more on screen. Eventually we'll have quite a few. Then we'll be able to get the lorry, pick these up, and then these will either be the ones we keep or they'll be the ones that we sell. We may sell all of them because we might just rely on what we've got with the maize. Obviously we're going to get quite a bit of silage from the maize, so bales may not be actually required. In fact, I'll spread a few out and then do it off screen. Okay, so what I've done is I've just wrapped everything which I have already put there. This is now the 4th or 5th load. So we're getting through it fairly quickly. It is surprising how fast it is. When you do your first bale you think, oh, it's pretty slow. But no, the time soon passes and you've done a lot of bales. So I think if we do the entire load, we did 2 trailer loads here basically in the stack. If we do 1 full trailer load, leave the other trailer load for another time, we might wrap it, we might sell it as it is, we may even just use it as grass, I'm not too sure yet, because these might be able to be used for the sheep, I'm not too sure. So I'm not going to just get through them all straight away, it would be a little bit wasteful. So yeah, once this, when these, how many are there? 5 loads are done, we'll bring the lorry over, we know they'll fit because this was a full load anyway, and then it is going to be over to the sell point to see exactly how much they are worth. Can you... Sorry, I should have put a full stop then. Can you actually put silage bales into the BGA, into the anaerobic digester? Because somebody mentioned it before, and I've never tested it. It would be very interesting to know. Anyway, I'm going to continue. In fact, I think the best thing to do is to do a time lapse of this, because it seems to be about the right length of time to do the job for a time lapse. So here we go, see you in about 2 minutes time. we have pretty much finished. This is going to be almost a full trailer load. It isn't going to be quite though, because I seem to be able to remember that the second load wasn't a full load, but it was about 3 off. So either way, it's almost a full trailer load. It's going to be pretty good. So technically, the money produced from these bales is going to be pretty good. If it's over £1,000 each, I don't know how many we have exactly, but we're looking at, well, we're certainly looking at least £25,000 here, should the price be right. Let's just fold this up. There we go. We're going to leave it in the field though, because obviously we have this for at least an hour, and we haven't spent an hour so far, so there we go. Now, we need to get the lorry. I get the feeling that this trailer is going to be used a great deal in the future because we've already used it so much now. So I do have an idea. CD Models has got a very good trailer, a very handy trailer, to actually be used for the honey. So I don't think we need to have one quite so big anyway. We can use this very small one, which can be towed by the John Deere tractor. So it'll be very fitting. And of course we can still have this trailer spare for when we do the bales, which is going to be fairly frequently, because bales they're quite a good source of income. They're not amazing, but they're good enough. So we're going to keep doing them. Certainly auto stacking is the easiest and best way of doing it. But if we can get these loaded up and then sold, I'd be very interested to see the price. Now if you can take the bales to the BGA, the next time I'm going to have to do that. Obviously I don't know. I don't want to take everything over there then find out that it doesn't work at all. Or if I dropped in a bale and then it just stayed there and got stuck, that would be pretty bad. So yeah, let me know. Let me know if that works or not. I never get in this gateway. Always so bad at that. Anyway, let's put it into work mode. This should be fairly straightforward. It's doing it 3 high. So let's just keep going. Again, it looks like we have so many, but when you actually start to put them on the trailer, they turn into not a great deal. And yes, as predicted, there is space for 3. Now what we need to do is strap these onto the trailer. So if I just go onto here, we need to actually turn off work mode and then unload. Seems like a weird thing to do, but we do have to do it. So we need to first of all make sure it's going to be on the trailer still, which it is, so that's good. Now, in theory, yep. You can just press L, which would strap them on, but I prefer to do it this way. A little bit more realistic. And we probably don't need quite so many straps, but we're going to anyway. There we go. This trailer does seem to have an awful lot of straps. Very good. So the bale sell point is actually in the yard. We can take it to the yard. So that's what we're going to do. Take it very steady around here. Pretty tight, and then we're going to go down to the shop with the John Deere tractor and buy this old trailer. It is very old. In fact, it is so old it is falling apart, but it's still going to be very useful. We should go in cab view. It's a good job we have this cow field. It's a really good place to cut through, even though we probably shouldn't do. The cows probably don't appreciate it that much. Oh, hello cow. Another cow. You've probably noticed we have spent a fair bit of our time over on this side of the map, the northern side. The reason for this is because this seems to be our main yard, whereas before it didn't used to be. So I think if we can, at some point, we try and venture down to Willow Farm. Obviously we don't own any fields there, so it is a bit hard to do that. But we have sort of concentrated on just the same area for 16 episodes. So I would like to diversify a little bit. It would be good. Make it a bit more interesting. So there is the shed. Let's just reverse into there and see how much money we can get from all of this. Now there is a possibility that we're going to be able to sell these without actually having to, do that. £1,764 per bale. It seems extortionate, but very good. Let me just take the straps off. Prepare for money boost. So now you can probably appreciate the reasons behind wrapping the bales. Before they were £315, I think, and then by wrapping them and fermenting them, they've turned to £1,764 per bale. Absolutely incredible. So yeah, I think we're going to do the same thing with the other ones. It's just I might do it off screen because obviously we've done a video of it now. We don't want to keep doing the same video over and over again. But no, there is definitely good reasons behind it. And we do need the money. At least we did need the money. Now, many people are saying repay your loan because you've got interest on it. That is a good idea. But first of all, we do need to make sure we've actually got the money to be able to stay afloat if we were to repay it. I know it's not good paying the interest, but we may be able to continue like that. If we didn't, we may be in even worse debt. Especially if we had to take out the loan again. Anyway, we're going to put this here. And yes, what we need to do is get into the John Deere, which is just here. Lovely tractor. We'll take the spike with us, or the bale fork. Let's head down to the store. We sold so many bales, it is still flashing up in the top right hand corner with the prices. There was one thing I was thinking about the other day. Easter is coming soon, and last year I kind of did an Easter special. It wasn't really that special. We basically did a vintage day where we had lots of vintage machinery, and it was actually on this map, believe it or not. It was in field number 5, and yeah, I think what I did is I had a baler, an old baler, and an old bale stacker, and yeah, really all we did was use a load of vintage equipment. So what do you want me to do this year, if anything? Maybe you just want a normal video. But if you do want something, then let me know. I might be able to do it. If it's a face reveal, then don't bother asking. We've had the face reveal questions before, and I always give the same answer. Go to my other channel and you'll probably see my face if you're that interested. It is out there. It is out there if you really want to see it. But no, I'm not making a video just about it, because from my point of view, that's very weird. From your point of view, it's probably just a thing of interest, but I've actually had a lot of people who say, never show your face, because I think it would ruin your videos, because I don't like to know what the person behind the videos looks like. And I can understand that. There's other YouTubers out there who don't show their face, which I watch, and I think it would ruin it as well. So I can totally understand it. Anyway, here we are. Prepare to buy a very old but very good trailer. I say very good because of the modder who makes it. Oh, we're reversing again. The modder who makes it is very talented at their work, and I always like to use their stuff. But let's just see. There it is. The Lizard 20-foot trailer. It is £5,000. A bale trailer is used to transport bales. So yeah, this is by CD Models, and what we need to do is buy it. About 3 bales has covered the price of that. And as you can see, it's a perfect fit for this tractor. So yeah, we've got bits of board missing, all broken. You can see the ground underneath. But either way, it's going to be good. On another note, the tyres look very good, like brand new. This is going to be really good for our pallets of honey. Probably not the most professional look, turning up to the sale point with a clapped out tractor and a clapped out trailer, but from our point of view, it is going to be very handy. It means we don't have to keep the long trailer there for the lorry, and well, it looks like it spent most of its life in the nettles and it can return to the nettles, but it is going to be very useful. Come on, John Deere, you can do it. Make it up the hill. Come on, we're in a 60 zone here. You're doing 8. Come on. Bit of power. Bit of throttle. There's the maize field coming on very nicely. It's actually ready to harvest, but we have 3 fields which still need to be planted, and they're going to be harvested at roughly the same time. This one maybe just a bit before, because obviously if it's left, they're going to, well, they're going to wilt, I suppose. Wow, it's a very rough curb. And we can take a shortcut through here, as you'll know already. Very useful. That's it, we're flying. 18 miles per hour. Top speed. Hello cows, just delivering another vehicle to your field. I wonder if the next pallet of honey is ready. So the first pallet which I sold wasn't actually a full pallet, so we'll definitely get more for the next load without a doubt. It's probably roughly £2,000 per load, I'm not too sure. But we should get a fair few pallets on here. 2, 4, 6, possibly 8, certainly 6. And there we go. We have 2 boxes and we can fit 8 in here, so still some time to go. Because we've now got some money and we're getting more beehives, what we need to do is buy another house, because this one here is actually surplus to requirement currently, which is no good. It's not a good thing to do. So let's go into placeables and we need to expand our bee house. We need to go for... where is it? Somewhere here. There it is. Let's just rotate it. Probably should rotate it the other way. When there are bees coming out of both of these, it's going to be very loud. Many bees about. They're probably not in the same place exactly, but they'll do. So, let's take this over here. They always fall out of my hands. There we go. Do we have any bees? In a second there should be. Come on, bees. This one's filling up nicely. Well, there they are, yes. They just took a bit of time to get their confidence to leave their little hive. And now they're swarming out. Fantastic anyway. Good, so we now have 5 hives in 2 houses working away. The next hive is close to completion, you can see the honeycomb in there. He's busy, so we won't stop him now, but he's probably not too far off completion. Most likely in the next episode. Anyway, until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.